Hello. Learn English with me while I show you my trip to Thailand. Starting with our first 30-hour flight to Thailand. It's a brutal flight, but this wasn't even the longest flight I've been on. When I was on an extreme budget, I would buy the cheapest tickets I could find. And once I had a 50-hour flight with a 12-hour layover in Los Angeles, then an 8-hour layover in Japan. That was a brutal flight. I think once you're on hour 13 on a plane, that's when you're just like, where am I? That's when you lose all notion of time. You don't know where you are, what time it is, how long you've been on the flight. You're just lost. What's the longest flight you've been on? How do you cope with long flights? I try to sleep through them, of course. But I'm curious, what other strategies do you have to cope with long flights? I love nighttime flights because the lights are so pretty and purple and blue. I can sleep all through them. After our 30 hours of traveling, we arrived in Bangkok very late, and we took an Uber to our Airbnb. The next morning, I took my sister to eat her first pad thai ever. She loved it. We also got a massage, and they saw that I had scraped my knee. So they helped me to cure it. Thai people are so kind. So kind. They even offered to give me the bottle of hydrogen peroxide, I think. They're so sweet. I love pad thai, but I like pad see ew even more. I love the thick rice noodles. A couple days later, we took the bus to Suratani to then take a ferry to Koh Tao, my favorite place in Thailand. You could see all the ferries from the beach. I loved seeing the sunrise with my sister. It was very different going with my sister than it was going alone. Of course, I love traveling alone, but going with my sister was so special. It made me a little emotional that my lifelong dream of traveling with my sister was coming true. And in one of my favorite places in the whole world. We walked across the ramp to board the ferry. This ferry gets really bumpy sometimes. I remember some stories of some ferries that would sink on their way to Koh Tao because the current and the waves are just too intense. I remember seeing videos of people fishing out their suitcases and bags from the ocean. It's scary for me every time I take that ferry because I know that sometimes they sink. And I can swim fine. But my computer, my phone, my iPad, my microphone, they're expensive. But I try to forget all of those worries and just enjoy the view with the fresh breeze and the soft sun. It's not too intense like in Mexico. It makes me so grateful to be able to visit a place like this. I love Koh Tao. We took a taxi and we sat in the back of a pickup truck and we arrived at our Airbnb. We stayed near the beach where I would go on morning jogs and I would read my book on a hammock. This is life. Jogging, swimming, and reading. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel grateful and inspired to spread all of the positivity and the beauty that I see in the world with everyone I can. With you guys, with the people I meet. It's so important we remember that the world is a beautiful place. We moved Airbnbs and we stayed right next to the bay. It was such a wonderful experience to wake up with the sunrise every morning and go snorkeling. I saw the 3 turtles living near the bay every morning, always keeping my distance. You don't want to make them feel suffocated. And you should never touch one. Humans have lots of bacteria on our hands that can make a turtle sick. I said good morning to the boxfish, to the angelfish, and to my favorite, the parrotfish. I love them all. It was so magical to be right next to the ocean. Watching these videos makes me miss it so bad. I can't wait to go again. My sister and I tried lots of snacks from the 7-Eleven. We drank lots of coconuts. We ate lots of Thai food and delicious desserts like these cinnamon buns. We saw the cutest bullfrog outside of the pharmacy. At night, you could hear the croaks of the bullfrogs all night long. They made such a scary sound, straight out of a horror movie, during the scenes where something terrible is about to happen. That's what they sounded like. They would lie in the gutters, croaking all night long. After traveling around Koh Tao for a week, we head to Chiang Mai to see the elephant sanctuary. You can find that video linked in my description if you want to see it. So, guys, I have a sad story to tell you. I recorded everything when I went to Thailand. The beautiful places I visited with my sister, The beaches, the ocean, the moments, the laughs. And I was so excited to finally start editing it. I love editing my vlogs. I love sharing my traveling experiences with you guys. But yesterday, I was about to compile all my videos from my phone and send them to my computer so I could start editing right away. I realized they were gone. All the recordings that I cherished from my trip were gone. I was very upset, not just because of the vlog, but because those were precious memories that I recorded for myself. Memories I thought I would be able to look back on for years to come. I broke down and I cried a lot for a moment. I cried out of frustration, disappointment, and just feeling like I lost very special moments. But then I realized I didn't lose anything. Those moments were real. The memories I made with my sister are real. The sounds, the feelings, the memories, they all still live here. And I thought I would tell you guys about it because it's a good reminder for everyone to not be attached to things. They are just things. They aren't keeping me alive or necessary for my survival. I don't need photos. I don't need a special ring. I don't need that special bracelet, my favorite shirt. Of course, I'll feel sad if I lose those things, but I can't rely on objects to bring me joy. It reminded me, actually, of my favorite bracelet I had since I was a little girl. It was so special to me because my mom gave it to me. I was wearing it in the ocean. I was snorkeling, and I vividly remember my bracelet unlatching from my ankle and slowly falling deeper and deeper into the ocean. It just continued to sink, and I was upset. But one thing that reassured me was that it was a part of the ocean now. A very special thing that I owned now would forever belong to the ocean. And that brought me comfort. It brought me reassurance. And I'm sure it's happened to everyone watching this video. When you lose something very special to you, something that's worth more than money, it hurts. Ouch. But it teaches us that the feelings and the meaning that it had to you is something that now you carry inside of you. But it teaches us that that feeling or meaning that it had to you is something that you carry inside with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this very special video I made just for you with the videos that I did save, which are also beautiful videos. It was a beautiful experience. I'm so grateful to have such a loving community who supports all of my English learning videos. And I can't wait to continue vlogging all of my trips while helping you learn English. One video at a time. And please, never stop learning. Bye.